Okay, guys, I'll give you a few moments to make your selection. Pile 1, you have Ooh La La with travel. And pile 2, you have trust your purpose with family. If you're drawn to more than one pile, go ahead and select more than one, and I will see you there. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Empress Goddess of Healing, and I'm so happy the universe allowed us to cross paths today. Those that are new, welcome to the channel. Those returning and those who have joined my Divine Being gang, thank you so much for all the love and support, and those who have come over from my Love and All That Good-ish channel. I truly appreciate every like, every view, every comment, and every subscriber. This channel I want to make like a support group for all those who are either just embarking on a spiritual journey, who've kind of been on their spiritual journey for a while, just looking for guidance from spirit. Okay, so that's how I want to run this channel. So, and I do apologize that it's been almost a month since I dropped a video. Y'all, I got sick and I've been promoted. It's just been a lot of stuff happening in my life. So I do want to try to give consistent content to the channel. So those who have still been subscribing in my absence and those who are still riding with your girl, I truly appreciate it. All right, so enough chit chat. Pile 1. This reading is about where in your life could you be suffering from a lack mentality. And lack mentality doesn't always have to do with money. Okay, so we're going to see where that may be playing out in your life. And you guys chose Ooh La La. And so one area where you may be lacking or having a lack mentality is adventure in your life, excitement in your life, believing that you can have serendipity, believing in I'm hearing unbelievable, that magic still occurs. What I just saw flash in my third eye was, how every time Disney has a movie, they have the castle and then they have, that little like sparkle that goes over the top of the castle. And depending on what the movie is, sometimes they'll change their intro, but it's like this whimsical, magical vibe that they're giving off before you get into the movie, especially for the cartoons. That is the energy that you may feel you are lacking in your life. And Spirit is saying you're not lacking it in your life. It's actually all around you. You just have to open up. I heard open up your blinders. And then I saw a horse in my third eye. Open up your blinders. So it's almost like you have tunnel vision. You know how, I don't know why I'm trying to do it with this thing, but okay, so you know how when you have a horse, they'll have those things so that their peripheral doesn't get obstructed so they can just look straight forward. You are looking straight forward and you're not seeing things like symbols, signs from the universe. You're not seeing those. And Spirit is trying to give you signs to show you that no, you can still have magic in your life, okay? So now let's go ahead and get into your cards. First card out of where you could be suffering from a lack mentality is travel. With this card, Spirit is saying what you are wishing for right now, pile 1, is not going to just fall into your lap. It's not going to come to you if you are staying closed off, staying in the comfort of your four walls, in your home, isolating yourself, not wanting to take a risk, not getting out your comfort zone. So where you are suffering from a lack mentality right now is being too comfortable. And that is contributing to that lack mentality. That's contributing to that lack of adventure. You are being called to be on a journey of those less traveled. So you are being called to do something that maybe nobody in your family has done, or maybe nobody around you, maybe your friends don't do the same thing that you're being called to do, but you're being called to embark on something new. And that is going to help get you out of this lack mentality, although it's feeling very uncomfortable for you. And you are seeking answers to something right now. And the only way you're going to get those answers, pile 1, is by getting out of your comfort zone. That is the only way you're going to get those answers. It is time to seek something new. It is time to be an explorer and discover yourself. You see in this card, it looks like she's about to go on a journey, does it not? She's by herself. So this is something you're going to have to go through on your own. You cannot have any fear and anxiety. This is at night. All right. So maybe only a little bit of the path is illuminated right now because we have like that sliver of a moon, but you are still being called to go. She is in a boat and she only has this little light right here. And then she has this sea, this ocean. So this is not a little journey. Okay, pile 1, this is something big that you're being called to embark on. And it's something spiritual because we have all of this water. And what's keeping you in a lack mentality is being just used to certain things. The narratives that you give yourself in your subconscious mind, that is what's keeping you in this lack mentality. But you are equipped for the task. And it's something very important. Do you see she has this beautiful gown on? All right. And it's red. So it's something that's really going to make your foundation very stable. It's really going to make you grounded and stable within yourself. It's really going to elevate. You better come out through spirit. It's really going to elevate. Why is it hard for me to say that word? It's really going to elevate you to new heights, but you have to take the risk. You have to get out of the lack mentality. And you know what the lack mentality is? Believing in yourself, and boom, and there it is. That's your lack mentality, pile one. Believing in yourself, believing in the gifts that you have, believing in just what you contribute in life. I don't know if you have people around you where, you know, the only way they feel that you can be valuable or deemed as successful is what you have on the outside of you. And that's totally backwards. What you have on the inside of you, pile one, is what makes you extraordinary, is what I heard. What makes you extraordinary. And I instantly got hot. So I don't know if people's projections onto you make you feel low, makes you battle your self-esteem and things like that, gets you hot-tempered because we have this red as well. Don't let that, okay? Don't let that. They can't see what spirit is trying to bring you. This is why you have to travel in this boat by yourself. You are needing to break free from the mundane. So you may just be used to a routine. All right. Maybe your life is very boring and bland right now. It's contributing to the lack mentality. It doesn't matter your circumstances, doesn't matter your finances, doesn't matter whatever's going on in your life right now, because you can change all that by your thoughts. And your thoughts are what is keeping you in this lack mentality. Nothing else, not your circumstances, but your thoughts. This was found on page 120 of the book, right? And Spirit is saying freedom is awaiting you too. It looks like, again, it looks like she's about to adventure or embark into something that's going to be very beautiful. It may be scary. All right. If you are in a boat on your own, about to embark in the ocean, maybe you ain't never steered a boat in your life. She don't even have a boat that's motorized. She just has this little scepter, right? It would be terrifying. It would be scary. So it's okay to have a little fear. It's okay to have a little anxiety. However, you cannot let that rule you. Pile one. She has this beautiful light right here. So let your heart guide you and let your wisdom guide you. Let the angels guide you, because on the top of this scepter, there's light as well. She's got a guiding star here. So there's probably one specific ancestor or spirit guide or angel that is trying to really work with you. And again, I said that this was found. You better come on through spirit. Look how that segue. I said this was found on page 120. Angel number 120 is the angel of developing new skills. So that's what you're being called. Whatever new skill that your intuition is trying to call you to do, or whatever spirit is trying to lead you to, is going to help you believe in yourself more. It's going to help you get out of, I'm hearing this rut. It's going to help you get out of a rut and help you stop feeling like, you know, you're lacking something within yourself, not outside of yourself, within yourself. So it's this self-belief that is causing this lack mentality. 120, if we break 120 down, we can take the 2 and the 1, that gives us the 3, which is the Empress. The Empress is all about self-love. The Empress is all about trusting yourself, okay, and trusting what your intuition is trying to tell you at this time. It's also about your instincts are on point, pile one. So don't let anybody sway your mind. Your instincts are on point. I get that you do believe in yourself, right? But the minute somebody may tell you, not even tell you something, it's almost like if you're expressing yourself to other people, or you're saying what you want to do or what you believe in or what have you, and the minute somebody kind of counteracts what you say, or it's like people can easily, there it is, boom, people can easily plant seeds of doubt. Even if you truly believe you can do something or be something, it's like people can easily plant seeds of doubt. So that means you got to have your mind a little bit stronger. That's where that lack mentality is coming in at, pile one. And you are really being called to spiritually elevate. That's the Empress as well. It's time to grow. Now, if we take the 20 of the 120, that gives us judgment, right? You are going through some karmic lessons, and these karmic lessons are strategic right now. One, so that you can get out of isolation. If you've been isolating yourself out of fear of rejection, out of fear of not fitting in, out of fear of not being the best, out of whatever that fear is, this is a karmic lesson to push you out of that. Also, whatever obstacles and challenges that you have been facing right now, pile 1, that was strategic because you signed up for these lessons. That's going to help you elevate. So whatever you're lacking, even if it's monetary right now, it's a karmic lesson, but that's where you have to take accountability. That's where you have to see, how did I contribute to me being in these circumstances? How did I contribute to allowing people to project their fears and insecurities onto me? How did I contribute to my low self-esteem? How did I contribute to not truly believing in me, is what I heard. Not truly believing in me. Judgment is also about self-evaluation. So it's really time to truly evaluate yourself. And maybe you need to do this in the stillness of the night when things are quiet. All right. Maybe you need to say some affirmations to yourself, whatever to build yourself up. That's what you need to do at this time. The way her stomach is poked out like that, it almost looks like she's pregnant, going back to that Empress. So it's just time to birth new things, birth a new you. Let go of all self-doubt and indecision with this judgment. Again, don't let others I wrote this down, don't let others put their blame or their insecurities on to you. And also remember, whoever comes into your life, who's ever around you right now, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whoever, they are there to be like a mirror to yourself. So whatever you don't like in another person could be something you don't like about yourself, deep down, going back to that subconscious. Whatever, I don't know what y'all hear that? My cat doing something. Excuse him. Whoever is just in your life right now, whatever turmoil that's causing within you, that is strategic. That's part of that karmic lesson to get you to really face and view yourself. Don't let fear hold you back. And do not beat yourself up for past mistakes. That's what the judgment card is calling you to do. All right. If we break down this 120 and just do 12, the hangman, right? Let go of self-limiting beliefs. This is another place where you're suffering from lack mentality. Self-limiting beliefs. Feeling like you can't move forward. Feeling like you don't have enough to pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue. Feeling like you're just not good enough. Pile 1, there's something about you're just not good enough. And it's time to release any and everything that is not serving your highest good, whether that's people, places, things, what have you. Whatever is limiting your higher self, that's contributing to this lack mentality. Be mindful of your attitude towards yourself as well as other people. Remember, don't be overcritical over yourself and don't criticize other people. Again, whoever is coming in your life right now that's pushing up that shadow side, that is triggering the low self-esteem or lack of self-belief or challenging what you want to go after right now, is for you to stand in your power, 1, and to see where you dismiss yourself is what I heard. Where you dismiss yourself, pile 1. And it's time to release control. She could have a little bit of control over this boat with this one little thing, but she really ain't got that much control. She really has to let these waves move her. She really has to trust the guidance of the moon for light, the star, for direction. You see what I'm saying? She has to really pay attention to the wind. She has to pay attention to what is happening with the weather, because that's going to determine if she's going to have some smooth sailing or if a wave going to come and take her out. She really has to be in the present moment because she only has this little light. All right. So it's really time to be in the present moment. It's really time to tap into all your senses is what I heard. It's really time to tap into all your senses because that's contributing to you having a lack mentality. Be in the body and truly just believe in yourself. All right. So now let's go to well-being. And I want you to see something. Do you see how when she was traveling and journeying, right? It was like this sliver of a moon. I don't know if that's the waxing of the waning moon because, I don't know my moon phases like that. But with well-being, we're at a full moon right here. So there's going to be some type of manifestation if we travel. All right. And we could take it to the basic level with travel. Maybe you just feel in the lack mentality you can't take a vacation, that you can't, go see family if that's who you want to go see, or just, maybe you've never been out your city. Maybe you've never been out your state. So wherever it is, we can take it to that as well. But some type of way you feel that you can't travel, that you can't move forward, that you feel restricted. And that is an illusion. All right. So with well-being, it's time for healing. And it's time for you to take the proper steps to do so. So you could be neglecting your body right now, pile one. And that is not just with the food you eat. It could be not exercising. It could be not loving yourself. When you love your body, right, then you want to put the best things in it. You want to make sure it's performing at its optimum state. Your mind. Feeding yourself negative self-talk is not loving your mind. Harboring resentment, anger, being having a pity party for yourself, victimizing yourself in the emotional body is not loving your heart, not loving yourself. If we take it to spiritually, if you're not taking the wisdom or the guidance that spirit is trying to give you, then that's where you're having a lack mentality spiritually. So there's an overhaul going on with you, pile one, so that you can have this beautiful look. I didn't even see it was a woman on this card. Look at it there. Do you see all of this light that she is basking in? That's what spirit is trying to do, to show you how abundant you truly are, pile one. Okay, this is your light within you. This is how you shine forth, but you don't see that in yourself, but other people see it. So if you got people trying to, rain on your parade right now, trying to make you feel small, less than what you are, is because you got this beautiful light and they want to dim it because they don't have that light. But don't let them dim that. Okay? Don't let them dim that. We've got all these butterflies traveling up. So it's time. It's time to really ascend. It's time to really ascend, pile one. And it's truly time to get back in touch with yourself. The Empress is all about, again, getting in touch with herself, being in touch with nature. When I was talking about, being on this water, they had to pay attention to everything. They may have to pay attention to what the birds are doing, because birds will give you signals when it's time to go, especially when it's a whole bunch of them flocking. Oh, yeah, you want to get on down because something's about to take off, okay? So I just feel like you really need to just be in touch with everything going on around you and really build your self-esteem. Really build it. So if you are in isolation, but it's been in isolation more of hiding, more of, cowering away from crowds because you feel less than or inadequate, right? Then this is the time that we want to spend with building our self-esteem. If you have been in the hermit mode and you have been building your self-esteem and you are this beautiful light, but maybe you're still a little bit worried if people are going to see that from whatever you've experienced in the past, let's not worry about that. Go on and shine forth and go on and bust out them four walls, because travel and adventure and excitement awaits you. The energies of happiness and health and support are all around you, but you may not be able to see that right now. So that could be where you're lacking, in lack mentality. Your lifestyle choices do need to be revised at this time, pile one. So wherever it is that you're beating yourself up, is what I heard. Wherever you're beating yourself up, that needs to change right now. Now, this card was found on page 126. And since I've already broke down 12, the Hangman, right? We're going to go with 6, the Lovers. Now, Lovers is all about self-love, and the Lovers is all about making major decisions, because that's a major arcana. So there are places in your life where you need to make decisions where that could be with a person, that could be with something that you love, whether that's work, whether that is something with the self, but there's a major decision that you need to make. And if you keep procrastinating on these decisions, it's going to keep chipping away at your soul, is what I heard. Look at it there. If it's going to keep chipping away at your soul. All right. This is just a period of learning yourself with the Lovers. And you could be feeling uncertain about people. Maybe, you've had the same people in your life for a while, or maybe you just always let other people, project their insecurities, their I keep hearing like naysayers, just whatever that is that makes you feel low, makes you question your value. It's time to change that. It's time to remove that from your life, because again, when I said that people are put in your life and they're like mirrors of you. So if people are rejecting you, right, it's because you're rejecting yourself somewhere, pile one. If people are abandoning you, it's because you're abandoning yourself somewhere, pile one. If you feel that you need to fight for people's love or affection or approval, it's because you're not approving or loving yourself, pile one. And this is where that lack mentality, your lack mentality has to do with the way you view and love yourself, period. If you are needing help in this area, if you don't really know where to begin in this area, pile one, then you may want to pair up with somebody with that lovers. Okay. Like I said at the beginning, I wanted this to be like a support group. So if you want to use this as a start, go right ahead. Okay. But find people who are like-minded, meaning that may have some of the same struggles so you can learn from them, or that you can have a safe space to be vulnerable. I feel like you haven't always had a safe space to be vulnerable. Pile one, maybe you've been vulnerable in the past and people throw that up in your face at any given chance to make you again feel less than. All right? Because you're this beautiful light. Don't let them do that. If you need to journal because you like, I ain't telling nobody ish. All right? Cool. Go on and journal it, baby. Journal it. But you got to get it out. You have to get it out. And I feel like you really need to sit with yourself. You see how she's just out there in the grass, just enjoying herself. Her aura is just shining forth, right? She doesn't have a care in the world. She ain't worried about no bugs crawling on her. She ain't worried about no animals coming out down from the mountains. She ain't worried about that it's at night. She ain't worried about a doggone thing. Just being in her own energy. Just like here. She ain't worried about the water. She's not worried about anything. Again, two people by themselves. So it's really time to be alone right now. It's time to be alone, but to be alone because you're learning yourself, pile one, not to be alone to hide out, to be a recluse out of fear. There's a difference. Spirit also doesn't want you blaming the universe, blaming outside forces for where you find yourself in life. So again, going back to that accountability could be contributing to a lack mentality, is where it's hard for you to see that life doesn't happen to you. You make your life what you want it to be. And maybe you never knew that concept. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing that. Maybe you didn't know that your thoughts really do create your reality, or that, the people in your life are there to teach you lessons and things like that. If you can start looking at things in that way, then each encounter that you have, whether it is challenging or not, pile one, it can be a beautiful experience. Even when somebody hurts you, it still could be a beautiful experience, because one, it just lets you know you stronger than all get out, because you got through it. One, it didn't break you, it didn't kill you, right? So you got through it. Now, what lesson can you learn from that? How can you inspire somebody else? Because you are to inspire people, because you have this light, all right? And when you are identifying these lessons, pile one, it might be good to write those down. It might be good to truly assess how you feel. Remember, I said to get in touch with your senses, your feelings. So how do you feel when you're tackling this lesson? So when I bring up self-esteem, what does that instantly trigger in you? Do you feel anxiety? Do you feel prickliness over your body? Do you roll your eyes? Do you suck your teeth? Do you say, Empress, you don't know me. I love myself. Okay, come on through. Right. Do you feel things like that? If so, why does it trigger that emotion? Is that emotion out of being defensive? Or is that emotion out of, no, you have that wrong, Empress, I do have that. Or these people have it wrong, Empress, I do have that. So really examine how you feel. When you walk in a room, can you walk in that room and be confident? Even if you walked in a room, say you walked in a room and all of these people had all of these accolades, right? They had all these fancy jobs, and you deem your job to be less than, or say you don't even have a job, right? And you walk in this room, could you still hold your head up? Could you still feel like this beautiful illuminated being right here? Would you still feel that you have something to offer just as valuable as them, or no? Are you battling with the way that you look when we were talking about, the physical body as well? Are you battling with that? Are you lacking in nutritional value to yourself? And so when you're around other people, do you compare yourself to them? Do you allow other people to shame you, is what I heard. Because everybody is unique in their own right. Everybody is not supposed to look like everybody. That's why no snowflakes look the same. You're supposed to be different, pile one. Stand in your power. So just really examine how you feel about different situations and different things that trigger you. I feel like you're going through a period of triggering, because this is going to help you see where in your life you are lacking or having this lack mentality, so that you can get out of it, so you truly can have a beautiful, abundant life, pile one. And Spirit wants you to have that in every area. Spirit really wants you to be able to encounter all life's challenges, all life experiences, everything that you go through in life, because this is a schoolhouse, right? The Spirit wants you to view it as something, not even as something beautiful. What I'm hearing as view it as what it is, right? So if it's a beautiful experience, take it as that. If it's a negative experience, take it as that. It's still a lesson in each one. You see what I'm saying? There's still a lesson in each one. This is what Spirit wants you to see. This is where that lack mentality is coming in at. So if you stubbed your toe, let me give you an example because I just saw it on my third eye. If you stubbed your toe, you could be mad. Like, dog it. Why you in my way, table? Why you in my way, chair? Well, the table, the chair ain't got no doggone legs. One, okay? Two, you put it there. It's in your house or wherever you're walking. Maybe you didn't put it there. Maybe you're walking somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? In somebody else's house. But you have eyes and you can see. So maybe you're being careless. Maybe you weren't watching where you were going. Maybe your mind was so caught up in something else that you weren't in the present moment and you stubbed your toe to get you in the present moment. Maybe you stubbed your toe because you were about to walk another step further and step on a nail or hurt yourself. You see what I'm saying? So we have to try to look at things in a roundabout way. Just brought me right back to this full moon. In a roundabout way. See everything as a whole. Look at that there. Not just as a piece. Look at that there. You got to see everything as a whole. Okay? That's going to help you get out that lack mentality. It's time to be true to yourself no matter what anybody thinks. It's time to not seek approval from anybody but yourself. It's time to honor your beliefs and your morals, regardless of what people think, society thinks, what have you. And it's time to avoid repeating the same mistakes. That is going to help you get out of a lack mentality. All right? So that is going to help you get out of a lack mentality. So now that we know all that, let's go ahead and keep trucking through. So I said, well, Spirit, how could being in this lack mentality cause pile 1 to low vibe? And first out, we have unreliable. So it could put you in an unreliable energy, and careless. Now, was I not just talking about careless with the stub and the toe? Can put you in a careless energy. Now, with unreliable means not able to be relied upon. So when you are not seeing yourself in the beautiful light that you are, it makes you feel that you are unreliable to yourself and to others. Other people also may try to say you are unreliable. If that is the case, regardless of whatever is happening, sometimes, we can't be there for everybody. We can't be there for people the way that they want us to be there for them. But that's not your job to do that. Pile 1. If you want to be there for somebody because it makes you feel good, then you do that. But don't let somebody, put their own guilt or shame onto you because you can't be relied upon right now. But this really just means that it's causing you to not be able to rely on yourself, rely on your thoughts, rely on your decision making, rely on being self-disciplined is what I heard. Okay. With careless. Careless is not giving sufficient attention or thought to avoiding harm or errors. Now, was I not just talking about stubbing the toe? Those who don't know, I write this stuff at all different times. That's why Spirit gave me that analogy. Again, careless, not giving sufficient attention or thought to avoiding harm and errors. So when you are not believing in yourself, when you're having this low self-esteem, when you are feeling, not good enough, and things like that, it's causing you to be in a careless energy, which means that you may just be like, F it, I don't care about nothing. If this is the way people view me, or I can't never do nothing right, or whatever that narrative that you say to yourself, is causing you to be careless. And so you could put yourself in harm's way, not really knowing, not really realizing. And Spirit does not want that to happen. Also, don't let nobody be careless with you. All right, pile 1, again. You are this beautiful light right here. So do not allow others to be careless with you, because how you treat yourself is how others are going to treat you, because that's the energy that you put out there. So if you don't love yourself, then other people ain't going to love you. All right. Next out, I said, well, if pile 1 is in this lack mentality, in this low vibing energy, what is the major energy that's surrounding pile 1 when they are experiencing this? And first out, we have the 8 of Wands. With the 8 of Wands, this makes you feel slow, all right, weak, impulsive. sometimes out of control. And that could be, you could feel a lack of control in your career. It could be a lack of control in your love life, how you can bring more passion into your life, a lack of control where you're trying to spiritually advance. You feel restricted. Pile 1. Impatient, a lack of motivation, a lack of energy, feeling negative about life and the self, and not really satisfied, especially if you are single or you're having some turmoil in your love life right now. You're not satisfied with your love life. You are desiring to have a partner. Maybe that's going back to that 6 of, or the lovers with the 6, going back there. You're desiring to have a partner. You're desiring to have someone who loves you. But if you are not loving yourself, pile 1, then Spirit's not going to align you with someone right now because, 1, again, this is something that you have to do on your own right now. And you don't want to be, and I was just drawn to my love stone right here. You don't want to be aligned with somebody in love until you truly love yourself, because you know what's going to happen? You're going to be aligned with somebody. Why did I put that like that? Look at it there. It's making you sideways. You're going to be aligned with someone who is not going to fully love you because you don't fully love yourself. You see that? So you don't want that type of energy coming in. You want to be whole in yourself. You want to truly love yourself first so that whoever comes in is coming in at your highest good, who's going to see you as this beautiful light. Next out, we have the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess, before I even get in my notes, is somebody who's very sought after. Okay? She's somebody who many people look up to. Many people want to talk to. Many people admire because she holds such great wisdom. She's very discerning, too, about not only herself and trusting her intuition, but who she gives that wisdom to. This is you. This is what you are embarking in with these 2 cards, okay? Some of you guys are being initiated right now. So again, some things may have been stripped from you. Some things may have been stifled right now to kind of give you the illusion that there is lack. You know, that could be purposeful by Spirit so that you can elevate, so that you can ascend, like I said, with those, butterflies, okay? Right now, when you are in this low vibing energy of unreliable and careless and feeling like you can't move, not taking care of your well-being, you block your psychic powers. You're blocking and repressing your intuition. You are lacking self-belief. You are wanting unwanted attention. Did you hear what I said? You are wanting, pile 1, unwanted attention, which means you may be seeking validation outside of yourself. So think of social media. A lot of people post pictures and things like that to get likes, to make them feel better. All right. You may be relying on people to boost you up, tell you look good that day, or tell you how proud of you they are, or how wonderful you are, instead of really building yourself up. I truly feel like pile 1, affirmations are going to be very good for you right now because it's really paramount, and it's going to be very beneficial for you to say those things to yourself. And you could be prone to uncontrolled outbursts when you're in this low vibing energy, which means that things could set you off really quickly. And you may, have mood swings with this 8 of Wands. 1 minute you may fly off, the next minute you may retreat. You could be neglecting your own needs with this, not really taking care of yourself, not really taking time out for yourself, not having me time is how you are suffering from lack mentality. And with this card, you really want to trust, okay, that you truly have the wisdom and the knowledge that you need, and not to truly rely on other people to give you that. So some could be relying too much on tarot or mediums or psychics, or really just, even if it's not even that, really asking the opinion of everybody else. And say it's something you want to do, but you're asking everybody else for like their approval, or do you think I should do this? And well, what about this? And what about that? Instead of truly trusting yourself and saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. And if they want to give their opinion, then fine. But don't, remember I said something earlier, I was channeling about people can say something that can make you doubt yourself. Don't allow other people's opinions to cause you to doubt yourself. You also could be feeling like you've lost touch with your spiritual self. And that could be why you're seeking out mediums or tarot readings, or just not really trusting your intuition. And if that is the case, that you feel like you've lost that connection, again, that's because you're really not trying to, get in the seat of your soul. You're really not trying to really feel whatever it is that's coming up, or really address whatever is coming up in your life, or really taking accountability for where you're finding yourself. So you're not disconnected, because again, both of these cards, there's some type of guidance because we have all of this light, right? You're not disconnected, but maybe spirit is causing you to feel that way so you can trust your intuition. And so you can not block that off. That could be another reason why you feel disconnected if you're blocking that off right now. Oh. Last out, we have Justice. Now, first, I just want you to look at this card. You see how she's blind? So there are some things about yourself right now that you do not want to see that's contributing to the lack mentality. There's also an imbalance going on right now in your life. And it's really time to just really stand for things of integrity, truly operate in honor within yourself. That's going to help balance, and that you have to find balance in every area of your life right now. You can't devote time to one more than the other. You're really being called to balance everything in your life right now. Justice is all about karmic lessons. So it's a tough time for you right now, pile one. And so whatever you're feeling is understandable. And I think once you realize, again, the universe isn't doing anything to you. The world isn't against you. People aren't against you. This is just time for you to really see what has been holding you back all of this time. So if a lot of things are coming up in your face right now, it's like one thing after another right now, it's because it's trying to show you how those things have held you back and how you've allowed those things to hold you back. Do not avoid these karmic lessons or the warnings that Spirit is trying to give you right now. And don't be in the victim mentality, okay? Don't be in a victim mentality because you're not a victim, all right, pile one? You're not a victim. And you had two major arcanas here with the Justice card and the High Priestess. So with the Eight of Wands, there is momentum. There is energy surrounding you where you can shift out of this very quickly is what I'm getting. You can shift out of this very quickly. But you really have to trust your intuition and you really have to balance the scales out in your life. That is what you must do right now. That's going to allow you to have travel and really start really loving and taking care of yourself. So before I get into the advice that I pre-pulled, let's go ahead and see in what area in life this also could be playing out where you're experiencing this lack mentality. And then I'll go ahead and get some tarot. What did I do with tarot? That? No, it's behind me. Hold on. And I'll go ahead and get some tarot on it just to see what action you can take. And we'll get some advice and then some self-love affirmations. And I'm going to go ahead and get you out of here. Let me give it one more shuffle. All right, clear the energy of this deck. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me where else could pile one be suffering from a lack mentality? Look at it there. I wanted three. We have wealth building investments. Look at that there. All right. We have wind down and be strategic with the bottom of the deck under the looking glass. So we're going to start with wealth building investments. Another place where you are having a lack mentality is truly investing in yourself. Also, because this is a bank, you may feel that you don't have a lot of financial resources right now. And if your financial resources are causing you to feel that you are not good enough, that you don't have anything to contribute. That's why Spirit gave me that scenario of you walking in a room and you have all these people who have like high powered jobs, but you may not have, a job or be unemployed or just don't have the same status as somebody else. So somewhere it makes you feel inadequate when it comes to money. So you do want to try to reprogram your subconscious when it comes to finances and structure, because this is a bank, and your foundation. So something about your foundation that you feel is unreliable. Pile one, so it makes you feel unreliable and it puts you in that careless energy. Look at it there. Look at that there. But you solid as a rock. You really are. You really are solid as a rock. So we got to take this back. This is some pre-programming about actually what makes you valuable. Pile one. And that's where Spirit wants you to start. With wind down, this goes back to the well-being. Again, we have this beautiful light and we have dark, and we have three cards at night. Okay, so nighttime deals with divine feminine energy, deals with the subconscious mind, deals with fears and anxiety. So whenever you feel stress, whenever you feel anxiety, whenever you feel that, it's becoming too much, it's time to wind down. It's time to take a pause. That's why we had that hangman. Do not look at your life as barren and dull. Do you see how we don't really have much going on out here in the desert? And then with the wind down also, I'm getting that, when you wind down, you kind of just be. You kind of just let things, fall where they may. You wind down after hard days of work. You wind down after you've been ripping and running, when it's just that time for you to really be to self. It's really time to really be to self and wind down. Don't let other people pull you in different directions, is what I heard. Don't let other people pull you in different directions. It's really time for me time. With be strategic. This goes back to this careless. I don't feel, Pile, when you've been strategic with your life. I feel that you've been kind of letting life happen to you. And now it's time to change that. It's time to be really strategic about what it is that you want out of life, what it is that you want out of yourself. If we are talking about building yourself up, building self-esteem, knowing that you are valuable, you got to be strategic about it. That means you have to be listening to affirmations. You have to be doing some mirror work where you're saying affirmations to yourself when you first wake up, to be grateful, rewriting your subconscious mind by listening to books and things like that when you sleep, journaling your feelings, really standing firm when people try to project things onto you. You have to really be strategic. So it's really time for some self-work right now. All right. And then with under the looking glass, do not worry who's looking at you. Don't let nobody make you feel that you are under the looking glass. If people start to see that you're glowing up, if people are starting to see a change in you, maybe you were a wildflower. Maybe you were a person who just wanted to stay in the house and now you're venturing out. Go on and venture out, Pile 1. Okay? Stand out. Don't let them put you under a magnifying glass. And if they're going to be wanting to look at you, then show them just how beastie you are with all this light. Let that aura shine forth, okay? Let that aura shine forth. This is a spiral. And in that spiral, that, signifies like the Fibonacci sequence, right? And the Fibonacci sequence was all about these different numbers, I believe. It's been so long since I have researched that, but it was like a code. It was like a code spiritually that unlocked like mysteries going back to that high priestess, right? So you may feel like things are spiraling out of control. And maybe people trying to watch to see if they are. No, this spiral is going to unlock mysteries to yourself. You better come on through, spirit. Look at that there. Okay? You better give me hype, spirit. So let's just see what 3 actions you can take right now to be more strategic, to not feel like you're under the looking glass, all right? To know that you are worthy to invest in yourself. All right. And that your finances can improve, and to make sure that you're taking time out for yourself so that, you can feel that you can travel anywhere. You can travel anywhere right now. You can travel in your mind, Pile 1, that you deserve to have, optimum health and well-being. And not only should you care about your well-being, have people around you that cares about your well-being as well, that you are not unreliable. You are not careless. And you can have things move as fast in your life as you want them to. Just don't be impulsive. And that you hold great wisdom. And that you are a person that is very fair, but may have feel that life has been unfair to them. All right? And that's just because you were blinded to the lessons. Look at it there. Okay? Clear the energy of this deck. All right, Spirit, what 3 things can Pile 1 do to help get out of this lack mentality? Look at it there. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the 6 of Wands, and we have the Chariot, bottom of the deck with the 7 of Swords. Stop deceiving yourself, and do not let insecurities take over with the 7 of Swords. 9 of Swords, so definitely the mind, really controlling our thoughts, not having a lot of fear and anxiety. It's fear and anxiety with you, Pile 1, and that stresses you out. That's what it is. That's going to allow you to have victory. You got to recognize yourself first. You have to acknowledge yourself first. You have to praise yourself first before other people will do it. Pile 1. Throw a parade for yourself. Know you are successful in your own right. Pile 1. That's going to bring you that movement. This in the Chariot, they are going from a battle that they conquered, that they won. So you can defeat this, and you can defeat any challenge coming your way. Balance yourself out with this Chariot and you'll be fine. And that's where you deceive yourself. You deceive yourself in how strong that you are. Because these are tied together. They both sevens. You deceive yourself in how strong that you are. How mighty that you are. That you don't need an army behind you. That you can conquer things on your own because you got a whole spirit team around you. The whole universe is conspiring to help you have victory. That ties right back into the lover. So again, if it's got to do with love, you can have victory in love, but it's got to start with love of self. All right? And do not isolate yourself, going back to the Hermit, out of fear and anxiety. Don't dread the worst that can happen. Foresee something beautiful that can happen so that you can manifest that. Okay? Knight of Wands. The Knights are something that's in and out. So don't be in and out of yourself. Don't check in and out of life. Stay grounded in life. Have passion. Be excited. Be a little more youthful. Don't be so serious. Okay? So let's see what advice Spirit has for you. Let me see if I can move these up a little bit. All right. First, we have, this is my runes deck, Isa, which is ice. And I just want you to see, was we not talking about travel? Do you see how her tire is broken on the car? She was probably about to go catch that flight. Now she's sitting there looking kind of sad, like doggone it. Now my tire done broke down. I cannot catch this flight. She may be feeling like every time I want to do something, something always happens to derail my plans. Let's not be in that energy. This stands for yes. Right now, some things are going to be frozen for you. Pile 1. Plans will be on hold for you. Pile 1. You could be a little bit frustrated with the stillness, but that's okay. Because the reason why plans are being held for you right now, because there's some beautiful things that are about to manifest for you, Pile 1, but you got to embody more self-love. You got to get out of this lack mentality if it has to do with finances. You got to get out of wanting the approval of other people. Because when all of these beautiful blessings start showering down on you, just like all of these specks showering down, you want to be able to stand firm in that, okay? There's a lot of colors going on in this card with gold, and also with the word ice. Before I get to the colors, ice, it can make you cold. Don't let this make you cold, right? But ice is a preservative. What do we do with our food? We put it in the freezer, right? So we can preserve it so it will last longer, right? So even though this may be making you cold, even though things may be a little icy around you, even though, you're not happy with things not moving forward in the time frame that you want them to, going back to this 8 of Wands, right? It's preserving you so that, you don't encounter things that are more detrimental to you at this time. Going back to that careless, that it doesn't harm you. With gold. Gold is all about elegance. Does she not look elegant in this card? Because you're elegant. Pile 1. It's about prestige. Was I not talking about walking in that room? You are prestigious. Pile 1, regardless of where you find yourself in life, you are prestigious. It stands for success. 6 of Wands. And prosperity. So you are going to level up, and you're going to level up in every area of your life if you do the work. Pink stands for calm. Stay calm. Stands for friendship. Was I not talking about this as a support group? Did I not talk about aligning yourself with people who may have shared the same experiences as you, or going through the same experiences as you right now, so that you can find support? Be around friends and people who are going to love you through. And pink also stands for tenderness. Be truly tender with yourself. Be creative of how you want to go about this. Don't do anything with this self-work. Don't do anything that's going to be in that mundane energy, that's going to feel like work. No, be creative about that. I was listening to Louise Hay. I've been listening to different affirmations and different things to help me with my self-worth, my self-esteem, because even though I'm up here, reading and teaching per se, Pile 1, I still battle with things, and I feel Spirit has strategically done that as far as me, is so that others can see that you're not alone, that we're in this together. And that's what I want this channel to be, that we're in this together. Spirit, don't make me cry, okay? So as I was listening to her, Dang, it made me see. Spirit was about to make me cry. It made me forget what I was about to say in regards to Louise Hay. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, okay. About being creative, right? She had mentioned something in one of the books that I had listened to, is that when you're really trying to get in touch with your inner child, one of the things that you can do is color. And y'all, I used to love to color, still love to color. So I was talking to my inner child the other day. I said, what do you want to do today? And my inner child was like, I want to color. I was like, cool, we gonna color. So I have this book called 365 Ways to Fight Stress Daily. And they give you all these different quotes by famous people, right? And then after they give you the quotes, there's like this little picture on the other side that you can color. It's supposed to be soothing. So I have bust out my markers, and Louise has said, in your right or your dominant hand, whatever hand that you normally write with, and I'm right-handed, you color. And that's you as the adult, right? But when it's time to let your inner child color, use your left hand or your non-dominant hand. And I remember when I was coloring with my dominant hand, my right hand, right? I was worried about staying in the lines. I was really overthinking, what color am I going to use? Is the color going to blend with the other colors? Just too much doggone thought. Okay? It's a color, right? Yeah. When it came to that inner child, every color was magical. Okay? She cared nothing about coloring in the lines, but she was a great colorer, which made me really remember back to my childhood of how I used to always want to be perfect, because it was really drilled in me that I needed to be perfect, that I needed to be the best. This is why I suffer from perfectionism from time to time, because I was a straight A student, but I should have got an A plus. You feel what I'm saying? This is just, my parents were just really, strict and just really wanted the best. And so I'm saying all that to say, when you truly can tap into like your inner child, and you truly can see where you have those triggers, or where the way you feel about yourself stems from, and how you have put that energy out there to have other people come in and treat you the same way, it can really help you really know yourself. And so when I'm talking about being creative, be creative like that, whether it's coloring, whether it's singing, whether it's, if you play an instrument, getting your feelings out through song, through playing the instrument, what have you. If you create things, sculpt things, whatever, try to do the healing in ways other than just journaling or reading books and things like that, like self-help books, because I feel like this is a very creative bunch. Pile one, we done talked about the Empress. We have the High Priestess out here. This is a very creative bunch. And I feel like it will help you take mental vacations also. It will really help you to de-stress. And maybe not look at it as something bad. So yeah, she wanted to go on this trip, right? And her tire done fell off. And she might be mad about that. Suitcase is already packed. She already got her little outfit on. She already knew what she was going to do as soon as she touched down wherever she was about to go. And now she can't go, right? She may be mad. Or was that God stepping in? What if that plane was going to have a malfunction, right? What if where she was going, something bad was going to happen? Okay? What if she was going to get to where she was going to go and something happened in the world and she couldn't get back? So you never know how God is trying to protect you. Again, ice, preserve. You're being preserved from some harmful things at this time. Green. You may not be feeling grounded right now, but Spirit wants you to start feeling grounded. Green is also about children. So if you're feeling like your children can't rely on you right now, do not hold that guilt. Let that go. You're doing the best that you can do. If it goes back to your childhood again, like me talking about my inner child, then go ahead and work on that. That's where this lack mentality of not feeling grounded is coming from, where your inner child did not feel safe and protected. Black is all about protection and security. So somewhere in your life you feel that you are not protected, and it's stopping you from moving forward because that tire has come off of the car. Okay? And silver. Silver is all about moonlight. We had the moon here. Okay? It's all about sophistication and being more modern. So there are some old, outdated, thinking that you have that you got to let go of, and you are sophisticated. I don't care where you live, what you have, you are sophisticated. You are someone of prestige, and Spirit wants you to know that. Pile one. Oh, hold on. Also with this card, we have the hat, which is white. That stands for cleansing. So you are going through a cleansing of your body, and I'm getting in every area of your life right now. Pile 1. You are not blocked, Spirit is saying, but some things are being blocked from you, like I said, for protection. And you're being asked not to resist. Do not resist right now. Do not push back. Truly surrender to Spirit and whatever these lessons are that you are learning, okay? Because you will be able to travel. You will be able to meet the destination that you are trying to get to. Meet the destination that you are trying to get to. So there is somewhere you're trying to go, whether that's a goal, whether that's meeting somebody, whether that's just taking a vacation, whatever, you will get there, okay? You will get there. Next out, we have Uruz, all right? And this stands for ox and strength. And I just want you to look at her. Now, she got her eyes closed again. Now, in justice, the eyes was closed. So you know what this is telling me? It's time for you to walk by faith and not by sight. You cannot see what your world is looking like right now and believe that. You truly need to go by faith, your intuition, and what you want it to be. You're built for this. All right. She don't look weak in this card. She's holding the barbells ready to do these bench presses. I don't know. What do you call this? I don't know. But she ain't on no bench. So I guess it's not a bench press. But whatever that is. She ready for it. These weights don't look like they lightweight either. Okay. So she's strong. Look how her feet are planted. She's planted firmly on the ground. So you have the strength. And you know what ox is, right? Oxes are wild. They roam free. They cannot be tamed. So you have an energy that is not meant to be small, not to be tamed, not to be not feared. Like people are supposed to feel your presence when you walk into a room, pile 1. So you have to embody that. Again, she's got green. Okay, so really take care of your health. With this pink, again, truly be calm in your energy and whatever it is that you're going through. We have this purple. Purple stands for prosperity. It stands for success. It stands for royalty. You are royalty. Pile 1, stand in your power. That is what you're being asked to do right now. Stand in your power and just really take care of your body. Really take care of your body right now, because when you take care of your body, that is truly an act of self-love. It's truly an act of self-love. Just think of other things, because, you know, a lot of us take our bodies for granted. And I can say I'm one of those people who have taken my body for granted, you know, throughout my life. But now I'm trying to live a more healthier lifestyle, and I've embodied a lot of things to help me be healthy. But I wasn't always like that, especially in my younger years. I just figured, my body was strong. I was always slim. I was always athletic. I was always energetic. So you don't think about those things that, could wane as you get older. But when you truly, take care of your body, not just the stuff you put in, but how you look. If you walk out the house and you don't really care about how you look, that sends a message out to the world that, you don't really care about yourself. You don't really value yourself. When you do your hair, whether masculine or feminine, it makes you feel good, right? If you go and get your nails done, it makes you feel good. When you put makeup on, if you wear makeup, it makes you feel good, right? When you go buy a new outfit, it makes you feel good. So you want to do things that make you feel good, whether it's a new beauty regimen, right? I love taking care of my skin. My thing is I love to take care of my skin. So when I make a new skincare cream or, I put lotion that I've created, because I don't put stuff on my face that I haven't created, on my face, and it makes my skin glow. Or I'm over the moon, okay, with that. Or I learned to cook something that's healthy and it's delicious on top of it's healthy. I'm excited about that. Learning something new, learning a new herb that can really give me more energy or vitality. Things like that is what's entitled or what's encompassed in this card right here, okay? And it just really shows self-love, because anything that you value, you take care of. Pile 1, did you hear me? Anything that you value, you take care of. And I feel that you do. It's not that you don't value yourself, but it's like a limit to how much you love on yourself. But you will exude love on another person till you have no more, right? But you got to give that back to yourself. It's time to give that back to yourself. So let's go ahead and close out the reading with some self-love affirmations, pile 1. And I'm going to go ahead and get you out of here. So I truly hope the reading hasn't been too triggering. I hope that you have truly gained insight and clarity into where, you could be suffering from a lack mentality. And I hope this gave you the tools, to counteract that, because there's beautiful energy around you and there's beautiful things in store for you as well. It's just time to really build your strength. You're building spiritual muscles right now. That's what's going on right now. So this is why you can't go on your trip, okay? Wherever that may be. All right. But you ain't being left behind. Spirit just brought me to that plane. You are not being left behind. And there's a plane waiting for you. And this is just, I'm not saying you're going on a trip. You could be, but there's a plane waiting for you to get you to where you got to go. Didn't I say something about meeting your destination? You will meet your destination. You cannot lose what's destined for you. All right? Let me shuffle one more time. Clear the energy of this deck. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me what self-love affirmations are going to be most beneficial for pile 1? And we have every morning is a new chance to enjoy life. You better say it. Every morning is a new chance to enjoy life. Was I not saying wake up and be grateful? Every morning. What else, Spirit? My every step is one of courage. Absolutely, strength. My every step is one of courage. So no matter if you can't see that far ahead of you, take it with courage. What else, Spirit? I am beautiful inside and out. You better say it. I am beautiful inside and out. Give me one more. Nothing can stop me from reaching my goals. What did I just say? Thanks for backing your girl up, Spirit. Nothing can stop me from reaching my goals. Spirit told me give you one more. Yeah, you can get one more on that. The universe is supporting me fully. That's why Spirit said go and get back in the deck. You better say it, Spirit. The universe supports me fully. Bottom of the deck. I love every part of my body. Was we not talking about that body? I love every part of my body. So pile 1. That is your reading. Again, I hope it is giving you the clarity that you need. I truly appreciate you being with me all the way to the end of this reading. And just know that I am sending you love. There is support here on this channel. If you don't have anybody else to, bounce your ideas off of, is what I heard, how you feel, whatever, go and jump down in the comments. I respond to everybody's comments. And just know this is a safe place. This is a place where you can come with no judgment, no criticism, and truly get the wisdom that Spirit wants to give you. I am a vessel. So whatever I'm saying up here is truly from my heart and is truly pure. Don't make me cry, Spirit. And it's truly to help you grow. Okay? Truly to help you be the best that you can be, pile 1, and be your highest good, pile 1. Okay? Y'all, my eyes are filling up with tears. My love channel, they be making me cry. I be trying not to cry on YouTube, okay? So, if you have not joined my fan band, my divine being gang, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have your energy with the channel and help this channel grow. If you did not know, I do have a love channel. Y'all, they falling. I do have a love channel. It's called Love and All That Goodish. If you like love readings to that nature, you can go ahead. The link, I believe, is attached to this channel. I'll leave it in the description. Go ahead and check out those videos as well. Please engage. Please like the video. Please comment and things like that, because I really would love to interact with you guys just like I do on my other channel, okay? If you're drawn to another pile, go ahead over there and pile 1. Just keep your head up, okay? Keep your head up, because there's a lot of love around you, and I don't feel like you've always been dealt a fair deal in life. But again, this is what you signed up for. And what I mean by that is your soul knew you could handle it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut it before I start really boo-hooing, all right? Peace, love, and light. Pile 1. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hey, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So if you did not watch the intro, my name is Empress Goddess of Healing, and I'm so happy the universe allowed us to cross paths today. Those that are new, welcome to the channel. Those returning and those who have joined my Divine Being Gang, thank you so much for all your love and support. I truly appreciate every like, every view, every comment, and every subscriber. Those who have come over from my Love and All That Goodish channel, thank you so much for all of your love. And like I said in pile 1, I really want this channel to be not just me, teaching over here, but also just to be like a support system, like a support group for those who are just embarking on their spiritual journey or have been on their spiritual path for a while and just, really seeking guidance from spirit. I remember when I woke up to my spiritual gifts about 3 years ago, I didn't know nothing about none of this, y'all. None of this. So I was really in need of a community. So this is what I really want to provide for those who may just be having spiritual awakenings or just really just embarking on this spiritual path. So enough chit chat, pile 2. Let's get into the reading. This reading is how you may be suffering from a lack mentality. And lack mentality doesn't always just have to deal with finances. But where in your life could you be hindering yourself and your potential due to a lack mentality? So before we get into your cards, you guys chose the sign that says trust your purpose. And what I'm getting from this is that with your pile 2, you are not really trusting the way your life is unfolding at the moment. And this could be contributing to a lack mentality. Some of you guys may even feel that you don't have a purpose at all in this life, that you don't have anything to contribute, that there's really nothing special about you. And that is not true. It is something very special about you. And you are to trust your purpose. You have to trust where you are in life and what's unfolding in your life right now. Okay? Now let's get into your cards. We have family and we have willpower. And we are going to start with family. You feel, pile 2, that you're not always seen and heard. Do you see how this family is kind of in the shadows, but we have this big sun that's illuminating right here? So even when you're around other people, you may not always feel seen. You may not always get the attention that you want, that you seek. And that could have stemmed from childhood in your pile. Now, there's a couple different scenarios with your pile 2, because when I was writing my notes, I got a couple different scenarios. So I'm gonna bring out the scenarios now. So as I keep trucking through and in my notes, then you'll kind of know where you fit. One of the scenarios is, again, that you weren't really seen and heard in your childhood, that you kind of got lost in the shuffle. And this has contributed to the way that you truly see yourself now as an adult or a young adult. And what I'm hearing is that either you seek out attention from other people because you didn't feel seen and heard when you were younger, or if you are a parent right now, that could affect the way that you see your child, meaning either you overly dote on your child, or like a hovering type of energy, or you're kind of standoffish to your child, and it's kind of repeating the same cycle of you feeling unseen and unheard. And I'm going to say trigger warning in yours, pile 2, because yours is a little bit heavy, okay? Another scenario with you, pile 2, with the family is, and as I keep bringing out the other cards, some of you experienced a form of abuse with family when you were a child. And because of the abuse that you have suffered, it's tainted your view of yourself. It's tainted your view on love. It's tainted your view on relationships. It's just tainted your view. And it's also that it's like there's some family secrets, okay, with some of you guys, and either you know about those family secrets or other people know about the family secrets and you're unaware of them. But because we have this big bright sun right here, right? Or we can even take that as another planet, right? Things are going to start being illuminated to you. Third scenario, pile 2, is that some of you either feel that you are competing with family members, or family members are trying to compete with you. Some family members could be jealous and envious of you. That could be trying to project that onto you to keep you in a, lack mentality, or you are jealous of and envious of where other family members are in their life, and you feel that maybe you should be there, or just don't understand why it's difficult for you to, I guess, get on the same level or surpass them, is what I heard. For a select few, no judgment. All right, this is a judgment-free zone, like I said at the end of pile 1. Some of you have engaged with a family member, meaning like say, you dating somebody and you dipped or was flirting or something with a family member, or somebody in your family has flirted and dipped with your person if you are in a love relationship, because this does tie into like love, like a relationship, like you being tied to someone else. Okay, whether it's just the family or romance is involved with the family, but somehow there are a few of you who there has been some sneakiness with somebody's family member. And if that is the case, that is contributing to your lack mentality, because it's almost like karma is coming back for you right now. So only take that scenario if it resonates. I feel for a majority of you, though, it stems with the childhood and not being seen and heard in your family. So you like to isolate yourself, or that childhood trauma, the abuse that you suffered that taints your view of how you see yourself, that you don't see yourself as this beautiful son, that you're afraid to embark on new things, that maybe you feel like you don't belong on this planet. Because when I look at this, I don't really see the sun. It's like I'm seeing like another planet, like they just landed somewhere, right? And they're going as a family into this brand new world. There's a lack of unity with you, pile 2, and that's another area where you suffer from lack mentality, togetherness. Some of you guys may not have grew up in a 2-parent home. Maybe there was a split, maybe there was a divorce, maybe there was an absentee parent, but somewhere there is this lack of support, this lack of family, this lack of togetherness, and that really contributes to your lack of sense of self, is what I heard. Your lack of sense of self. And that really causes you to be in a lack mentality. You don't feel understood, pile 2. You don't feel that people really listen to you, pile 2. You also feel that family members don't appreciate you. So whether you have family around you or not, you feel that they don't appreciate all you do. Maybe they don't think it's enough, but in your eyes, maybe that's all you can give right now. Or maybe that's all you can do. Or maybe it is something that was a lot and they're just very demanding. But some type of way, this family, whatever this family dynamic is, whether it's your own family, meaning your own immediate family, if you're married, you got kids, you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or boyfriend, girlfriend, however your family dynamic is, right? Some type of way there's an issue there that contributes to your lack mentality, okay? But it stems from your childhood, though, regardless of whatever scenario that I just, displayed or described. It stems from your childhood. And this is why you're attracting these situations into your life, because it's how you viewed yourself as a child. And I see somebody very small. So somebody made you feel really small, pile 2, really small. And it's like I see somebody going as a giant, right? And every time they get up to get as a giant, something causes them to get very small again. So something really try to really dim your light, pile 2, to really, really make you feel not worthy, pile 2. I'm sorry for that, pile 2. And I wrote down, you choose your family. And the reason why I wrote that down, because you do. So when you're in pure consciousness, pile 2, regardless of whatever's happened to you in your life, whether it is the most beautiful thing to the most horrific thing, especially revolving your family, right? You signed up to have these family members in your life. So you chose your mother, you chose your father, you chose your brothers and sisters if you have them, you chose your cousins, you chose your husband or your wife, whoever you're married to, or if it's same sex, whatever y'all call each other in those type of unions. You chose that. You chose that because you wanted to have certain type of lessons, and you knew that these specific people would bring you those lessons. So I feel in your pile 2, there is really a need to nurture your emotional body. This is where this lack mentality is stemming from for you, your emotional body. You may clash with family members a lot. You may feel you can't turn to your family for support. If there's any rifts right now, at this time, those rifts are being healed, but your lack mentality can make you feel that they are not, that this is something that's just going to go on for forever. You know how, you may have a cousin or something. Me and my cousin just ain't never got along. Just all our life, we just ain't never got along. Not saying me. I'm just saying you could say Because that did kind of sound like I was saying that, right? No. But maybe you have a cousin, or maybe you have, just a family member that y'all just don't see eye to eye. Y'all may go to family, reunions, and you might just smack your teeth like, oh, here come that auntie, or here come that uncle, or here come, that cousin, or me and my sister and my brother. There's somebody in your life. Because that was a whole rundown, wasn't it? There's somebody in your life, in your family, that you don't have the greatest bond with, and deep down that really hurts you. Deep down that really makes you feel lackful in that area. And Spirit is saying that can turn around. You can have, beauty in that area if you're open to it, is what I heard. You got to be open to it, okay? And you have to make allowance in your life for family differences. So not all family members are going to get along. You guys are not always going to see eye to eye. You're always not going to believe the same things. But again, you guys signed up to live this life together. So you guys got to somehow come into harmony, even if it's on that extreme situation where somebody that you were close to dipped with your family member or your spouse or your person, or you did that to someone else, okay? And maybe karma is coming back. And if it's the other way around where they did it to you, you don't have to get them back. You don't have to wish ill on them, because the universe will repay them in kind. Trust and believe. Spirit will make sure that they, are justly given what they are due. All right. Also, with the family, a new arrival could be coming. So if you are pregnant and, maybe this is where this lack mentality is coming in. Maybe you feel you can't afford another baby right now. Maybe you are doing this all alone and you don't have the other parent in your life. Maybe it's just going to put a strain somewhere. If that is the case, Spirit is saying that's just your emotions right now. Even if things in your world are tight, that's still thinking. That's still the way you're viewing things. And, children are a blessing. I believe all children are a blessing. So try to view it that way. Try to view it as a blessing and not a burden, and things will shift for you. They will turn around. Now, this was found on page 62. Angel number 62 is a sign of keeping the faith. So again, Spirit wants you to keep the faith, and regardless of whatever scenario that you fit in when it comes to this family. And it could be also that maybe you don't have family support at all. Maybe you grew up, in an orphanage, or maybe you were adopted and you don't know who your true family is. So there's a lack of sense of self. I'm telling you, it's something with this family, y'all, that really hinders you and causes you to be in a lack mentality. It's that I keep hearing it. It's that sense of self. It's like you don't know who you are in a way. Not that you don't know who you are, pile two, but it's like you don't know who you are. Have you ever seen those stories? Somebody must be adopted, because this is what I keep seeing. You ever seen those stories where people be like, well, I want to find my birth parents, or I want to just know who, my grandparents were. What did they do? What if your mother or your father passed away when you were very young? Am I like them? Do I look like her? Do I look like him? Do I have siblings that I don't know about? If you weren't raised by a biological parent, there's some type of void, some type of abandonment issue there. Boom, and there it is. And that's what causes that lack mentality. That's it right there. It's an abandonment issue. Look at it there. That's going back to that child. That's it right there. Now, 62 breaks down to the 8, giving us the strength card. It's hard for you to feel vulnerable. So when you're vulnerable, it makes you feel lackful. It makes you feel out of control. That contributes to your lack mentality. You didn't feel safe when you were vulnerable. You doubt yourself a whole lot. That causes to your lack mentality. You feel inadequate. You suffer from low self-esteem, and life makes you feel weak. Pile 2, life. So certain things in your life has made you feel weak. When you have fear and anxiety, it paralyzes you, pile 2. Okay, it really keeps you stuck. Spirit wants you to stay positive, though. Positive about your family, positive that more support will come in, and to get away from all people, pile 2, that brings any type of negativity to you right now, because you are in a very sensitive time. So all people, whether family or not, it's time to get away from them at this time. Somebody didn't want me to say that because I was getting choked up in my throat. You are only to have beautiful sun energy around you at this time. And you have a strong connection to spirit, a strong connection, pile 2. So do not doubt your intuition. Do not doubt if you know your angels speak to you. Do not doubt any synchronicities. Don't doubt any signs. Don't doubt any intuitive nudges. Don't doubt no gut feelings. Don't doubt nothing at this time, pile 2, because spirit is going to bring you epiphanies. Remember, I was talking about some family secrets. Remember, I was talking about things that may come to light. So if anybody is trying to hide anything from you, right, when it comes to your family or anything that you may be asking that you're not getting proper answers, they're going to come to you and they're going to start with your intuition. Your intuition going to lead you down that rabbit hole. So you need to pay attention to that, pile 2. All right. And do not let your emotions stop you. Don't let worry stop you. Don't let any of that stop you. I was just drawn to this painting that I have right here on my wall. And it is a lady sitting down on the ground. She's got a teapot next to her. She's got a Bible in her hands. A Bible in her lap, and it's open to some type of passage that she has the little bookmark ribbon in, right? Her hands are to her mouth in a prayer pose. Her eyes are closed. She's wearing all white, and in this picture it's like something that's yellow, just like this, is floating in the window, almost like the angels are coming to comfort her or hear her prayer. So there's something that you're praying for. There's something that you need assistance with, and you feel that there's nobody that you can turn to. You better come up through spirit. That there is nobody that you can turn to. Oh, don't make me cry, y'all. Don't make me cry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pile 2. Oh. Pile 2 is angels here to help you. Okay, so if there's nobody that you can turn to right now for that, pray. Get just like her and pray and surrender. Okay. The answers that you need got to come from God. They got to come from spirit. Pile 2. That's going to help get you out this lack mentality. They got to come from spirit. And I'm getting is something that makes you very emotional, because I'm crying at this point. So I'm getting is something that makes you very emotional. And whatever information that you find out, it may break you down a little bit as well. And if you know this information already and you've just been avoiding it, now it's time to deal with it. Whether, again, that is just the lack of support, some childhood wounding that happened when you were a child, or somebody messing with a family member. Okay, you take it in whatever scenario. But you got to surrender to it. You got to accept whatever's being told to you, whatever you're being guided to. And because we have that tea there in that teapot, right? Tea calms you. Tea relaxes you. I'm getting it's going to put you in a relaxed state once you let go of whatever this is, or once this epiphany or this information comes to you, okay? All right? Hands are wet, okay. Next out, we got willpower. Now, with willpower, do not be in an impulsive behavior. Do you see her on this card? It looks like she's dancing and she's holding the world in her hands, right? So when you learn how to dance, especially if you do it professionally, it takes a lot of training, a lot of work. It's a lot of aches and pains. It's a lot of really building your body up to be able to endure, especially if it's like ballet or any type of dancing. You really have to stretch yourself, stretch your muscles, stretch your capabilities, meaning whatever your mind thought. So, think of ballet dancers or just professional dancers. So you think you could dance came up in my head. They'd be doing them big old splits, or, they contort their bodies in all type of ways, or even if it's just hip hop dance, whatever type of dance, right? They may have not known how to dance at all. Everybody is not born with a natural gift, right? But even if they were born with a natural gift, you still have to cultivate that gift. You still have to put your body through certain tests of endurance to really know that you can hold, your ground in whatever field this is, especially if you're competing with other people. And she is holding this world in her hand, and it looks like she's holding the world with like her fingertips. So I'm telling you, regardless if you have family support or not, there's natural gifts in you, pile 2, that you have to recognize about yourself, that you can have the world at your fingertips, regardless if nobody else supports you but the spiritual realm. You can have that, and it's time to move gracefully through life. Okay, now this card is about how impulsive behaviors lead you into temptation. All right, how impulsive behaviors lead you into temptation, and that could be addictions. That could be just a lack of discipline and control in your own life, just letting the life, the life is what I heard, the life. So maybe you just feel disconnected from your own life. because I said the life, not your life, the life. Or the life, or the life of someone else. Maybe I said a new arrival. I don't know if a new baby has come on into the picture, or wherever that resonated when I said the life. Okay? But it can cause you to fall into temptation if you're in an impulsive behavior or reckless energy. And that could be overeating, that could be self-harming, that could be anything. Whatever is tempting you, where you know it's not beneficial for you, but you go and do it anyway to kind of do a temporary fix, a temporary band-aid, a temporary to make you feel good. This is where Spirit wants you to exude more willpower, because that contributes to you having a lack mentality. And again, your lack mentality is with your emotional body, how you view yourself and how you love yourself. You have to know that it takes time to grow. And that is your responsibility, regardless of whatever's happened to you, Pile 2. It's your responsibility to grow, to mature, to learn. And it's going to take time. So you have to have willpower and not be impatient. And when you're inviting temptations into your life, make sure they're beneficial for you. Okay? Because there are things that are tempting that is good. Chocolate is a temptation, okay? And that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing, okay? Unless you're allergic, right? But there are things that you can bring into your life that are great temptations. Music is a great temptation, all right? Dancing, like she's dancing on this card, is a great temptation. So it doesn't have to always be something bad. It has to make sure it's benefiting your highest good. Right now, you are in a test. You heard me? Right now, you are in a test, and it is testing your endurance and your courage and your flexibility is what I heard. So if it does have to deal with a family member, right? Look at it there. It might be an emergency. You heard that go by? Okay. So this might be something that comes out the blue. This test may not have arose yet, because we just had that ambulance, scream past. So whatever this test is testing your courage and your endurance. So again, if it has to do with a family member, messing with somebody, it may be testing the bonds of your family. If it has to do with something that was in childhood, testing your strength to overcome and forgive and not have hate in your heart. If it has to do with, not knowing yourself, feeling isolated, that was just building strength and courage to know that you can stand on your own 2 feet. You better come on through, Spirit. And even if you had to stand alone, that's okay. Because again, you're never alone. It's time to let go of a lazy attitude. Lazy attitudes cause a lack mentality as well. Not really wanting to do things. Being in a woe is me energy. Again, letting life overtake you. Spirit wants you to focus on your willpower. This will keep you from destruction. So it's really a call for some self-discipline with you, Pile 2, and some self-control. Even if it's just letting your emotions get out of whack, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be an addiction or anything like that. Just really keeping a harness on your emotional body. Because let me tell you, when people let their emotions run amok and go wild and you really don't have control over that, it could lead you down all kind of paths you never thought that you would do. Have you ever heard of crimes of passion? Some of the people never thought that they would commit a crime until them emotions got involved. I'm going to give you a scenario, right? I'm not saying y'all would do this, but I just seen this on, I think it was YouTube. This lady was driving down the street. And I don't know what the other girl, she was 17 years old. I don't know what this other girl did. I don't know if she cut her off, flicked her off. I don't know what she did. She was just minding her business, riding down the street. Well, the grown lady who got mad at the 17-year-old girl decided to have road rage and follow her. And she followed her for a while. She followed her for like maybe a good 15 minutes, y'all. So, she was stewing in them emotions for like a good 15 minutes, right? And pulls up next to the 17-year-old girl, pulls out her pistol and shoots her in the face, y'all. Shoots her in the face. The chick is driving, all right? Thank God the little baby survived. Okay, so the 17-year-old, she survived, but got shot in the face. There ain't no telling what kind of rehabilitation this baby need. Ain't no telling what kind of damage it's done. They just said she survived. We don't know if she can talk. We don't know if it obstructed her vision. We don't know if she got to have plastic surgery. We don't know none of that, right? We just know that her spirit was strong enough to survive that even though she was driving. But to the one who shot her, right? We don't know what she was going through that day. We don't know what had been going on in her life to be like, okay, this is the last doggone straw, right? With that person driving in that car to make her want to shoot that girl in the face. Her children were in the car. The one who shot the 17-year-old, her children was in the car pile too. So her children saw their mother shoot someone. What type of effect do you think that has on those children? That lady is now in jail awaiting trial. So now those babies have been ripped from their mama, all because their mother had an emotional outburst. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how that one event caused a ripple effect in all these different people's lives? What about the other people in the highway? What if they had got struck with a bullet? What if there's other kids or other people just watching and never seen something like that in their life? What if that caused other accidents? How traumatized are they? What's going to happen with them babies now if no family members can come and get them? Are they going to be in the foster care? Do you see how things can happen when your emotional body is out of whack? So this is what spirit means. Keep your emotions in control so it does not lead to destruction. Because I'm telling you, some people in this pile too are dealing with family members who have dipped with somebody that you love, or you have done that. Okay, I'm telling you, I know, because I couldn't shake it when I was pulling. Wait till I pulled these other cards out. I couldn't shake it because I kept saying, "What is going on here?" Pile two. No judgment, right? No judgment, but just watch your emotions. Whatever side of the fence that you fall on, watch your emotions. Okay, that's a message that Spirit want me to drill. Watch your emotions. What if the family secret that comes out, whatever this may be for whoever that resonates, is something that's very detrimental to you, pile two? Something you just cannot believe, right? You got to be able to hold them emotions. You got to be able to heal from whatever that is, because I believe some of it's going to be traumatic for some people, okay? Spirit is trying to lead you to a resolution, and it's going to be a fair resolution. So again, if you feel like life is being unfair to you right now, if things just have not always gone your way, this is just building up your strength, pile two. Things are going to balance out for you, and at some point, if you can release the hate, release the control, release the unforgiveness, release the resentment, release all of the anger that you feel towards yourself, because certain things could have happened to you and maybe you blame yourself, right? And not whoever did it, but you blame yourself. You got to let that go, because you didn't do anything wrong, pile two. Regardless of whatever scenario you are in, you didn't do anything wrong, okay? Some people in this pile, trigger warning, may have had some bad things happen to them as a child and told a parental figure, and that parental figure didn't protect you or believe you. That's causing some family rifts as well. That's some family secrets as well, okay? There are some addictions in families, some generational curses in families that may be spilling out to you in your adulthood, pile two, or you are worried about that if you're still a young adult, getting up there, and you're worried about this may happen to you. Maybe you don't touch drugs and alcohol because that's what you saw in your family, but you're still a little fearful about that. Don't have any fear. Don't project it, because when you fear and you worry about that, that's still kind of making it manifest in your life, because that's what you're focused on. Okay? And no matter what you're in, if you're in an addiction right now, it doesn't matter. You can get out of that. You just got to find the support. And maybe that support is not coming from biological family. Maybe that support is going to come from somewhere else. Again, use this channel as support. But it's a lesson that you signed up for. And you are this beautiful spirit, this beautiful dancer right here. And you're closing out a cycle too, because we have that world there. It's going to allow you to have things at your fingertips. All right? Maybe you feel like things are out of your grasp right now. They're not out of your grasp. Spirit doesn't want you to give in. Don't give up, and be very determined about yourself, is what I heard. Be very determined about yourself. This was found on page 128. Angel number 28 is the angel of luck and prosperity. Did I not just say the world was going to be at your fingertips? Luck and prosperity. So good energy is around you, regardless of what you got going on. You just got to get out of this like self-loathing sort of type of energy, or allowing family or whoever to put you in that type of energy. So then I said, well, Spirit, how could this lack mentality put pile 2 in a low vibing energy. First out, fussy. Was I not talking about that emotional body? Fussy. Okay? And we have cunning. And I just got something else with fussy, but I'm going to read the definition. Fussy is hard to please, where nothing in life pleases you, where even if something good comes, you're still going to try to find fault in that. If you have little children and your energy is off, it could be making them fussy right now. Maybe you have a lot of high expectations for other people because you just feel that, you've just been dealt a bad blow is what I heard. And it can keep you in this fussy energy, and spirit doesn't want you to be in that. Then we have cunning. And when I had fussy, the definition was a fastidiousness about one's needs or requirements. A fastidiousness, right? That one to drop on my hands. You know what fastidious means? Very attentive to. Concerned with accuracy and detail. So this puts you in the energy of being very concerned with detail, with accuracy. So you really pay attention to people's moves like a hawk, right? That's what I heard, like a hawk. So not only you listening to what somebody say, you watching their actions, you watching consistency, you just don't believe what's being put in front of you. You just really have a real distrusting energy, and that keeps you in this fussy energy. You really have high expectations for other people. And I don't know if your family had high expectations over you, and so this is what you project to other people, or you just don't feel comfortable being vulnerable. So you really make people prove themselves. And that keeps you in a lack mentality, is because there are people who want to support you, pile 2. There are people who want to give you love, pile 2, but you may push them away with this fussy energy. And they may feel that you are cunning. They may feel that you're deceitful and sneaky, and you may not be. But if you are in this energy, that's what you project out. Okay? Now with cunning, this is about having or showing skill in achieving one's desires by deceit or being evasive. You heard? Having or showing skill in achieving one's desires by deceit or being evasive. So one of the ways that you are in a lack mentality and it keeps you in this low vibing is you're very trusting, or it causes people to be in this cunning energy around you because you are in that cunning energy in some type of way. So maybe you feel that you can't necessarily achieve the things that you want by just being flat out honest about what it is. And it ain't got to be on no real shady type of tip now, pile 2. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just have experienced when you were vulnerable and were honest, people took advantage of it. So you're like, yeah, I'm just going to move in silence. Okay. I'm going to move in silence until, my stuff is solid. And then I let the world know. Cool. Understand it totally, right? But what that does is it brings energies of people around you who are also deceitful, who also may not be vulnerable, who also may not want to open up to you, who also may have high expectations of you because you have high expectations of them. Look at that there. And that could stem from family as well. That could really hamper your willpower also. Because everyone who's in our life is a mirror of ourselves in one way or another. So you really want to work on this. And don't be real fussy with yourself. Maybe it's not even other people. Maybe it's just with yourself. Maybe you're just really hard and overcritical over yourself, pile 2. And then it can put you in that cunning energy. All right. So I said, well, spirit, what is the energy that's surrounding pile 2 when they're in this family lack mentality of willpower, low vibing energies of fussy and cunning? We have the 5 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Now, we're going to start with the 5 of Wands. This is all about disagreements, arguments, competition, okay? Not seeing eye to eye, jealousy, envy. So this is what this energy puts you in. Causes you to feel aggressive. And it can cause you to have a lack of control. Now that 5 goes to the Hierophant, right? Also puts you in the energy of being petty. Okay, I heard petty Betty. All right, so I don't know if some feminine energies right now are being petty to each other in the family, but I heard petty Betty. There's also clashing of egos and personality. And with the Hierophant is leading you to want to go against the norm. It's leading you to want to be unconventional, going against the tradition. So maybe your family has operated in a way all this time, all your life, and now you're deciding, hey, maybe that's not the way I want to operate. Everybody family ain't loving it. You can have some toxic family members in your life now, right? So if you're noticing that and you're like, hey, I don't want this for my life. I don't want this for my family. I don't want this for my children. I'm going to start to back away. That could be causing some conflicts and rifts in the family right now. But again, Spirit said over here, make sure you have positivity in your life. Anybody trying to give you negativity, you need to pull back from that. If you are the one contributing to that, you're being petty, you're starting arguments, you're starting conflicts and things like that. You want to stop that because one, is keeping you in that low vibing energy. Two, is going to bring back karma onto you. And three, it's just going to keep you in that lack mentality. It's going to just keep drawing more people in your life that's going to cause conflict. And any negative voices that you hear, whether it's yours or others, it's time to let that go. Now, with the Hierophant, again, you also could be battling or at odds with someone who is in a position of authority right now. So that could be a parent. Maybe you and a parent aren't seeing eye to eye right now, but there's someone in your life that is of a position of authority that you could be battling with. And that right there could be keeping you in a lack mentality. You guys just aren't agreeing. And you don't always have to agree on everything. Some of you guys are exploring different spiritual paths. And maybe, your family, your entire family are Christians or Muslims or, Mormons, whatever it is that they believe, right? Or maybe they spiritual and you decide you want to be, a different religion, Christian or what have you, Catholic, whatever it is. That could be causing a rift with some family members as well. Maybe some family members have turned their back on you. Maybe they don't want to give you that support anymore. Or maybe they just don't understand you. Remember I said something about not feeling understood? Maybe they just don't understand you right now, and it's kind of putting you in an aggressive energy. Don't let it put you in a depressive energy. Don't make it have you cling to your old ways. It's time to really try something new, okay? Now, with the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is all about childhood issues. Again, I said this does stem from childhood. This is the card in the tarot deck of childhood abuse. So some of you guys have had some type of abuse, and that has stunted your emotional body. There could be some bad news you just found out about that's putting you in a lack mentality. Some bad news could be coming, but there's something that you're going to find out that is not going to be favorable. Not necessarily favorable to you, but it's just going to be something that just doesn't sit well with you. Pile 2. And all my readings are timeless, so this could have already happened. You feel like, some of your dreams have been broken, or that you can't accomplish the things that you want to accomplish because of the things that have happened to you. And Spirit is saying that that's an illusion. You still can make whatever you want happen. Most people who are really famous or who are really influential in people's lives, even after their death, they had I don't want to say horrible lives, but they just had a lot of bad stuff happen to them because they had to be able to overcome those challenges to lead somebody else. If you listening to a person who just had an easy life, it's going to be like, well, you just saying all that because your life been easy. You don't know the struggle. So they have to go through certain things. Maybe that's you, Pile 2. This is about envy and jealousy again. So there is some envy and jealousy around you, whether you are feeling that way of other people, whether family or not, or it's being projected to you. You are not listening to your inner child. Your inner child is screaming out for help, for love, for attention, and you're not listening to your inner child. Regardless if there's something very heavy and traumatic or just wants to play. I had said in Pile 1 how I've been working with my inner child and we have been coloring. Okay, and I had mentioned how in Pile 1 that when I was listening to Louise Hay and she said one of the things that you can do with your inner child is color. When you color, whatever your dominant hand is, and I'm a right-hander, use that to color as the adult. And when it's the child, use your non-dominant hand, which would be my left hand, right? Well, when I was using my right hand, I was worried about what color I was going to use, how I'm going to stay in the lines, which pattern am I going to color? It was just so much overthinking into it. And then when it came to the inner child, she didn't care about nothing. Every color was glorious to her. She didn't care about staying in the doggone lines. She didn't care if no colors matched. I just felt the joy when I colored with this hand, and I felt the anxiety when I colored with this hand. The need to be perfect when I colored with this hand. You see what I'm saying? So there is some inner child work that needs to be done. And what people don't realize as they become an adult, every experience that we have experienced from birth on up, tying to the emotions, tying to the memories, tying to what we've learned, all of that follows us as we get older, year by year. And it's not that it goes away. It's just resting back in that subconscious mind. And this is all about with this water, the subconscious mind. So it can get triggered at any time, whether you are conscious of that or not. So it's really good to be in touch with yourself. The little you, the teenage you, the 20 you, 30 you, 40 you, 50 you, 60 you, however old you are on the channel. I know over my love channel, I got them from 18 to 60. I don't really know that the stats over here on this channel because I'm really just getting this going. But wherever you are in life, you have to take whatever happened to you in the past and let it build you, not hinder you, and don't be in an attention seeking energy. Going back to this family card. Don't be in an attention seeking energy, whether it's the family, whether it's romantic people, because the Page of Cups is all about, having an idealistic view of love. It's also about embarking something new in spirituality. Okay? You may be feeling emotionally unstable right now. And if that is the case, that's contributing to the lack mentality. There could have been some shattered innocence and some emotional wounds being triggered right now as well. That's contributing to the lack mentality. That's contributing to feeling like there's no support. No one who's thick and thin is what I heard. Okay, let me move my mic up a little bit. Make sure I'm not on my mic when I'm leaning forward. Also, like I said, this is about embarking on a spiritual path, right? Something new. Don't be too engrossed in your spiritual path, pile 2, where you're disconnecting from the world. And, you're not grounded in the 3D. You're just really stuck in the 5D. And y'all, I am so guilty of that. I'll go ahead and tell on myself. I am so guilty of that because, y'all, I have a big spiritual team. And they always talking to me, right? And if they ain't talking to me, my twin probably channeling some stuff to me. And if he ain't talking to me, when, I'm watching movies or something, it's always a lesson, y'all. I can't never watch a program, listen to no music, do nothing without an angel or ancestor, somebody coming through, showing me like the moral of the story or the lesson. So I am so tapped doggone in, y'all. It's like, I forget I don't be talking to people. Like, I don't talk to people. Well, now I do because of the position that I just gained where I work from home. But before that, y'all, I really wasn't like interacting with people. Maybe that's why Spirit gave me that position so I can start mingling and getting back out into the real world. So I get it if you have isolated yourself. I get it. Can kind of get wrapped up, especially me, because I love learning new things. And I'm like learning new things like every day because I just learned about this stuff. So it's easy for me to get lost. It's easy for me to disconnect. And I don't want to do that. I want to be, more involved with my family and more involved with people who want to talk to me, on a day-to-day basis. So I get you can get engrossed in that. And if that's the case, don't, judge yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, but slowly start reintegrating yourself back into like the 3D. So now that we have all that, before we get into the advice that I pre-pulled, let's go ahead and see, and my Spirit says Oracle, where else in your life could this lack mentality of the family, willpower, the low vibing energies of fussy and cunning, and then the 5 of Wands and the Page of Cups could be playing out? Look, we got 2 of them. Let's get one more. Clear the energy of this deck. Okay, give me one more, Spirit. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I really feel like maybe you need to speak up, pile 2, or again, that you just felt like you haven't been heard. And it's going to come a time where people are really going to listen to you, pile 2. Okay. Bottom of the deck, victory. You better say it. So first out, we had dust it off. So again, I told you some bad news may come. You may be having some challenges right now. You may be in the thick of things at the moment where just things aren't going well. Spirit wants you to dust it off. Some foundations is giving me like a tower. Some foundations need to be rocked. Things need to come up. Some illusions need to be, blown up in smoke right now because they're not serving you. But this is like a volcano, right? Volcanoes, first of all, are created by the earth. There's something that's created naturally. 1, 2, they stand the test of time. Okay. They're here for a very long time. So this is whatever this is going to go up in smoke is not going to crush you. It's not going to end you. It's not going to annihilate you is what I heard. But it is going to kick up some dust. You heard? It's going to kick up some dust. Next out, I think we have ready for takeoff. You are ready for takeoff. And what I'm getting with this is because we have this plane. Now, this plane is on the ground. It's not running down the runway yet. It's not half mid-flight. It's on the ground. So once this dust kicks up, right, it's going to, one, make you feel grounded, and it's going to allow you to start wanting to move things forward. Also with this plane, maybe you need to travel, meaning maybe you need to move out of where you live if things aren't benefiting you. So say, if you have a toxic family around you, or you're in a small town, or you're in somewhere where people really have a small mind, maybe you need to venture out to like a big city, or venture out somewhere else where you can get other experiences to see that other people live differently from what you may be used to. Also with this ready to take off, I'm getting that you can handle anything coming your way with this ready to take off. Okay. And this is a big plane. This is not a little baby plane. This is a big plane. So big things are ahead of you. You just have to be, I'm hearing adventurous. You have to be adventurous. You have to be willing to take the risk. You have to be willing to take the risk. Some of y'all may have never even been on a plane, right? Maybe that's a fear. Maybe that's something that you need to do. Okay. It's something with beliefs and family. Maybe it's family and like, we don't fly, we drive. I just heard that in my third eye. So maybe somebody's family say that. We don't fly, we drive. But maybe you want to fly. Then go on and fly. Don't have a fear. That's what it is. Don't let your family's fears be projected onto you. Pile 2. We have discover nature. So with discover nature, I'm getting really discover just the beauty of life. Really be in the present moment. Really be at peace with yourself. Really let spirit take hold and kind of control your life right now. Maybe you've been trying to control your life too much, pile 2. Let spirit control your life. All right? Because these trees, these bushes, whatever it is out here, right? This foliage, right? Now they be talking because, plants do talk. But they're communicating to the universe like, let's make it rain so, I can stay lush and green, okay? Bring me some sunlight, so I can go ahead and do whatever chemical processes I need to do to continue to keep me healthy. Whatever insects are in this forest, they ain't worried about no food. They know that it's going to be provided from this habitat that they are in. Whatever animals are in here, they know that they can either eat other animals or eat the vegetation to survive. They are not worried about they got to go to a 9 to 5. They ain't worried about that they got to have a meeting, an animal meeting of how we gonna eat, how we gonna live, when is the rain coming. They ain't having none of that stuff. They are trusting the universe to provide. That is what spirit wants you to do. That is going to get you out of a lack mentality, okay? And it just looks peaceful in here. It just looks beautiful. It just looks full of life. Full of life. You need to be full of life, pile 2. And that's going to help you have victory. Does that not say win in the race? That's going to help you have victory. And see, you the one at the top. So you just broke through that ribbon. You won the race. You got all these people behind you following you. Right? Did I not say you got some support? You got the angels around you. So you are here to be leading people. Pile 2. All right? Maybe you the first one that's going to cause change. Maybe you the first one that's going to break a generational curse. Maybe you the first one that's going to close out a cycle. Something is, that you're going to be a first, pile 2, with your family. Okay? And you're going to have victory. So it just may be a little challenging. It's going to start off challenging with that dusted off. But it's going to get smooth. And it's going to get real beautiful for you. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some tarot on it real quick. And let me just get 3 actions. Look, I cut to the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So definitely with your emotional body, and that deals with family as well. That 10s is all about completion. So there's just a leveling up of your emotional body right now to get you to see passion in your life again. Cut to the Ace of Pentacles. New offers are going to come. New beginnings are being presented to you to help you feel stable and grounded as well. Clear the energy of this deck. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me 3 things that pile 2 can do? Good gosh. Okay, there we go. Your cards be flipping. That pile 2 can do right now to get out of this lack mentality. We have the Page of Pentacles. With the Page of Pentacles, I'm getting that you're going to get some messages that are going to help you feel a little bit more stable. If you are suffering where it's financially, maybe somebody's going to come and offer you something of a financial nature. When it comes to family, Maybe you have to start at the beginning. Again, going back to that childhood, or start with one thing at a time. This could take a while. Do things slow. Again, there's a rose on this page. So you got to do it slow, and you got to start with love. Okay? And you got to start with an innocent love. So before you ever got hurt by this family member or this family dynamic or whatever that is in your childhood, that's where that learning has to start. It has to start with forgiveness. It has to start with forgiveness. And you can't turn your back, because it almost looks like he's looking this way. You can't turn your back. Next out, we have the hangman. Oh, we got a lot. We got the hangman. You have to surrender. You do have to surrender again to what's going on. Going back to the discover in nature. So I was right when I picked up on that, because that's going to give you enlightenment with that hangman. Don't resist this. With the Empress, if you have issues with a mother figure right now, a grandmother or someone who, an aunt, someone who is in that like maternal energy of the feminine energy, and there's a rift, it's time to heal and mend that. That's causing this lack mentality also. If your mother has harped things, in your head, drilled things in your head as a child, and it's caused you to look at yourself as lackful, it's caused you to not view yourself in the best light, it's time to rewrite that programming, going back to the Hierophant. If you are pregnant right now, and again, you feel that there's not enough money, or that you're doing this all by yourself, this is just going to ruin your life, it's just not going to give you the outcome that you wanted, you could still have growth. The Empress embodies all of the queens. She is somebody very desired and sought after. She embodies everything. So you have all that. And you can still grow. She's like, to me, she's like the high priestess and the queen of wands wrapped in one. All of that beautiful intuition, all of that spiritual knowledge, but then all of that passion and gumption and ambition of that queen of wands. You have everything in you. And if you're already a mother and you're not pregnant, right? Don't let anything in your childhood hinder how you parent your children now, is what I heard. Okay? And then we have the Page of Swords. We have 2 pages out here. So we have 3 pages out here. So it definitely has to do with childhood, and it also has to do with children. Some type of way, children. And with the Page of Swords, it's time for new ideas, okay? It's time to not just be an onlooker in your life, not just watch your life go by, but be an active participant, is what I heard with that Page of Swords. That's what it's time for. What's at the bottom of the deck? 2 of Pentacles. You can balance your life out. You don't have to feel like you're juggling. You don't have to feel that you can't be prosperous in multiple areas of your life, because you can. So you really just have to find the balance. And again, we started with this Page of Pentacles. So 2 offers may be coming to you. Maybe one is going to come in the work field, and the other is going to come with maybe finances or with family, because Pentacles deals with family and it deals with health as well. And we have 2 major arcanas here with the Hangman and the Empress. So for you to truly get into your Empress energy, whether you're masculine or feminine, you got to stand still for a minute. You have to surrender. So let's go ahead and get some advice from Spirit. Oh, I saw orchestrated. This is being orchestrated by the divine. Everything you're going through right now, the epiphanies you're about to have, information that's coming, that's why you got to trust the process. I said trust the process. Look, it said trust your purpose. Trust the process, because that is your purpose, because that's what I saw when I looked at that. It's being orchestrated. So first out, we have, hold on, these are my rune cards. I'll make sure I'm saying it right. Perthro. But do you see how it means cup? Perthro. And does she look like a student, like a child, somebody younger? So a lot of y'all might be younger, or we just got to revert back to that. And cups, do they not deal with emotions? This is all about mysteries, randomness, coincidences. So I'm telling you, you are in a very synchronistic time. Things are going to start happening out the blue. So you want to pay attention. It's going to give you wisdom and knowledge. Now, this is a book that's open. Did I not say I was drawn to my painting up there with the book that was open? So some puzzling situations that are either happening right now that you don't have the answer for, are about to come to light, or you may be in some puzzling situations, and that could center around family. That could be keeping you in a lack mentality. You are going to get answers revealed to you in regards to a frustrating situation as well. And also with all of these books here, it just may be time to just learn new things with these books. Maybe we need some self-help books with these books. Maybe we need some parenting books if we're struggling parenting our children. Maybe we need to reparent ourselves. There's some information that's going to come to you. All right? This is also about taking the opinions of others. So you don't have to get all of the information by yourself. If people are offering you insight or wisdom or opinions and you feel that this is good information, take it. If you feel that it's going to be something that's going to hinder you, do not take the information. Now, the colors in this card, we have purple. You are going through a great transformation. You are destined for success. Prosperity can be yours if you accept it. And prosperity just does not have to deal with money, as you can see when we're talking about a lack mentality. Gold. All right. With gold stands the test of time. Gold does not erode and it does not rot. So you are strong. So whatever you're going through right now, you can overcome it. With green, you may have felt that you haven't had a lot of luck in life and there's good luck surrounding you. Also growth. Black, because we have the black books. You have not felt protected in life. You have not felt secure, and Spirit wants to bring people in your life that's going to help you feel protected and secure. Next out, we have Tawaz or Tiwaz, which stands for commitment. You see all these lions on here, and do you see how we have the male lion and it looks like two lionesses behind? So again, for the ones who may be a partner and it might be another third party coming in or something, whether that's family or not. You may be feeling like your commitment is being tested. That could be keeping you in a lack mentality for those that resonates for. This is about sacrifice, but you will have victory. And it's about leadership. Did I not say you was leading over here with that race card and you won the race? And it's about leadership. So maybe some of you guys, if you're in your feminine energy and you're overly emotional, you may need to be stepping in your masculine energy right now, where you can take action, where you can be more authoritative. This is also about justice. So if you've been done wrong in any type of way in your life, pile 2, justice is going to come in for you. And it's about taking the lead. You got to take the lead right now. You cannot, again, sit back and be a passenger. You have to take the lead. Now, with the colors, yellow, it's time to bring more joy and warmth into your life. With the brown, it's time to feel more grounded and know that you have longevity. Know that, again, I heard you can be here on this earth for a very long time. So maybe some of you guys are worried about how long you will live. Maybe you have family that has a lot of health problems or things like that. And maybe you're worried about getting that genetically. You don't have to get that genetically, because I remember I said that Pentacles deals with the health. You just have to really take care of yourself. All right? It may be genetic, but only if you keep thinking it and feel that you're going to have it, then you give that disease to yourself. You know, diseases are a dis-ease of the mind. So you can really will diseases to you by holding anger, resentment. You know, when you hold anger and resentment, it affects your heart. So you would have heart diseases. You can have heart attacks. You can, really clog up your coronary arteries. When you hold a lot of resentment and anger, it can cause cancers in your body. When you have a hard time letting things go, it can cause you to have irritable bowel syndrome. It could cause you to have issues with eliminating waste out of your colon because it's hard for you to let things go. It can cause back problems. So I'm telling you, your emotions can truly affect your health, whether now or later on, depending on how long you hold on to these. I'm hearing these emotions that do not benefit you when you don't really want to see the truth, right? Or see your world the way it is. Take accountability for things. It could cause you to have, blurry vision. It could cause you to need to wear glasses. It can cause you to go blind if you truly don't want to see stuff and you just really don't want to admit to things. So I'm telling you, the way we think and how we treat ourselves affects the type of life and the quality of life that we have. So it's very important that you take the lead, and you take the lead in an empowered way. Be very calm right now. Have friends around you with this pink that are loving. And with the red, really examine your romantic life right now, whether it's the lack thereof, because that could be where that lack mentality is coming in, or if you are with someone, is this someone who benefits you? Is this someone who uplifts you, brings you joy? Or is it someone who tears you down? Is it someone who always makes you feel less than? Is it someone who's not faithful? Is it someone who, just plays into your insecurities, is what I heard. So you take that where that resonates, all right? Be fierce like this lion. Stand firm just like that lion, okay? So let's go ahead and get some self-love affirmations, pile 2. I hope that didn't trigger you too much. That was a little heavy now, but I warned y'all from the gate, okay? Everything I say is out of love. Again, this is a place of support. There's no judgment on this channel, no matter what you've done. I have no right to judge nobody. You are a child of God, just like I am, and I'm just a vessel. I get up here and say what Spirit want me to say, okay? Like, I just woke up to this stuff, like I said, so we learning together, all right? I'm not above anyone. Clear the energy of this day. All right, Spirit, what self-love affirmation is going to be most beneficial for pile 2 as they deal with this lack mentality? And we have, y'all see how every time I shuffle for y'all be a whole lot coming out my hand? I feel truly and deeply loved. You better say it. I feel truly and deeply loved. I acknowledge my limitations as well as my strengths. Both make me unique. You hear that? I acknowledge my limitations as well as my strengths. Both make me unique. Y'all, my nose keep itching and I don't know why. Maybe somebody's nose itching right now. There's nobody else on the planet who's exactly like me. Did I not say that thing looked like a planet to me? What'd I say? There is nobody else on the planet who is exactly like me. That's right. Okay, nobody bring nothing to the table but you, pile 2. My mind, body, and spirit work together in perfect harmony. My mind, body, and spirit work together in perfect harmony. And I have more than enough energy to accomplish my goals each day. I have more than enough energy to accomplish my goals each day. So pile 2. Oh, let me look at the bottom of the deck. Abundance flows through me. You better say it. Abundance flows through me. So pile 2, that is your reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope it has given you clarity into how you may be suffering from a lack mentality. If it did trigger you, then that just means that's something that Spirit wants you to work on at this time. And it's okay to be triggered. Just don't, walk with blinders on. Really tackle this so that, you don't allow these type of things to hinder you. If you haven't had any bad news coming to you in regards to family, and if it does happen, not saying it's going to happen for all, this is a general reading, but if it does happen, remember to stay calm. Remember, don't let it make you in an energy of being overly emotional, regardless of how bad that could be. And just thank you for being here with me to the end of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and join the Divine Being Gang. We would love to have you here in your energy. Again, this channel is supposed to be like a support for everybody who is journeying on their spiritual path. Y'all, I don't know why my nose is itching out of control right now. It didn't start itching until I got up in here in pile 2. If you have not hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button. If you enjoy kicking it with your girl, please comment. Please share your story. I respond to all comments, and I would love to have the engagement on the channel. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I'm wishing you nothing but peace, love, and light, pile 2, and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace, love, and light.